That don't look too bad right now. I'm going to skirt the bottom. But watching this old tent and stuff, you got to make sure you have your tetanus shot before you go survivaling out here. And that stuff will get you. This is my, just the one drum liner, stuffed full of grass. You know, it's starting to compact already. But I've still got that that woven grass mat that I can add either to the core or under my legs, depending on how it goes. But you know, we've got a southwest wind, so I'm pretty well blocked, as good as you can get under a feed tub, garbage bags, and a bunch of junk tin. I don't know if wrapping around the bottom is going to do me much good or not, but actually I got an extra tarp, so an extra garbage bag already cut. So I think if anything, I'm counting on at some point over the week to have a fire. Odd to say, but yeah, I'd like to actually have a fire out here. When that does happen, and I've got this enclosed, then it's going to be like an oven in here, hopefully. But we're a long ways from there. So I'll spin the camera around. We're going to be on the back side of the shelter, and we're going to be doing a similar concept to how we hung this one. We'll be using paracord liners, and I've got to go dig some acorns out of the creek. This is a lot of use out of a little lanyard type length of paracord. So I guess the debate paracord or bank line continues. I kind of made the switch and really don't use it for much anymore. So I'm going to use the acorn that's already in here on this last one to kind of join the two together. Try to. I'll give myself maybe about 4 inches of overlap. Now I'll do the same thing on the bottom. Basically, I just looped it around the existing acorn in the first tarp or garbage bag, and then once I had that on there and established, I made a couple wraps around it and put a couple back wraps in it, locked it into place. You can hear that. That's pretty tight. This is a 3 mil garbage bag or a drum liner. So you can only put so much stress on it and not be surprised when it breaks. But until it happens, I'll push it. Okay, that's my last inner strand. I still have the sheath of the paracord, which I might put back on my knife. I also have a lanyard on my axe. I put it on there just for one thing to get extra cordage, for another to hang it bright orange so I can see it, because you know, when your mind gets fuzzy, it should start disappearing pretty easy. I've lost my axe, the mask for my axe, because I'm shedding layers all the time trying to regulate my temperature. I thought I had lost it, spent time looking for it, and it was in a pocket of my vest actually. And so I came back to put it on so I didn't lose it again, and I don't know what the hell happened to it between when I left and when I got back. So I'm not going to fret it. I'm going to assume that I just stuck it in another pocket or something. Yeah, generally I'm not a fan of the high-vis stuff. I like to look like the woods when I'm in the woods, but certain things, it just makes so much more sense to have them high-vis. I don't like the looks of it personally. So I think the best compromise for me right now is like I'm doing, putting a lanyard on it or something that's easily removable. And then because I can, you know, it's extra cordage in a pinch, it's kind of a dual purpose thing. So I cut a chunk of bank line off the loomed mat over there, the grass mat. So I'm down to 9 foot now. So I'm going to break this 36 bank line down. You just got to untwist it, but it never really is straight. It's always got a little kink to it, which is no big deal. It's good enough to tie a garbage bag to a feed trough. I think I'm going to put a third rock in this intersection piece right here if I'm able to. That looks like a weak spot to me. So I'm going to join these two together, pull them kind of taut. Lasso it like I have been. Okay, that's as good as I can get it right now. So like anything else, it's going to have to get proof tested. So, you know, tonight will be the test. Really, when there's not much you can do about it. And then you just kind of fine tune your shelter over time. So that's not in very deep. That's why I was trying to avoid using stakes if I could. So I think what I'm going to do is split this down one more time. My bank line. Looks like a hunting blind or a fishing shanty, actually. There's my mattress. That's probably my weak spot right there. I still have that Tyvek, and I still have an extra drum liner. So if I am getting wind in there and I can't shift that tent around to block it, that piece that's this piece here probably isn't doing a whole lot. So I can probably shimmy that piece around to the other side. Heck, I can even do that in the dark. That's no big deal. But not bad. So here I am on my on my mattress. And this is, oh, I don't know, maybe 28 inches wide. This thing here, maybe longer, maybe 30 inches. So if it starts pouring on us real good, I'm either going to have to shimmy back in here or come off at an angle this way and then have the fire kind of right here, assuming I ever get to that point. But not bad. I noticed once I started clearing the leaves out in anticipation of this awesome fire that someday will happen, there's a slope right here. So I started to dig down into the bank with a digging stick. That wasn't happening. There's all kinds of roots and stuff. So I brought some rocks up. These were not soaked in the creek, but I had to pace around. They'll have plenty of time to dry out. So I'm just kind of getting ready for a fire, making some curls, feather sticks. Like I said, I'm really running out of the energy. I gotta get this ready, my bird's nest ready. My next step after that is to go get my buck saw and start cutting maybe wrist size. I need like a sizable stack of wrist size sticks. So the sun's setting right now on day 2 of Campcraft Advanced Survival class. Upgrades I made. You see I made that fire pit. I don't remember when I showed it. I'm all set for flame. Bird's nest is in a garbage bag keeping it dry. I've got a decent stack of wood, probably not enough. If I get that going, my goal is to try to get some of the bigger logs going. There's some ones that look like they'll take off. Some of them are just stupid big, but over by the road I got dropped off on. I made a trip up the creek again as I was dragging back whole cedar trees, branches and all. That way I've got smalls and I can cut the trunk up depending on what I need most at that time. I saw a nice coon den look like. All kinds of coon sign down here. I did have 6 hog snares that a buddy of mine loaned me because I did not have the proper size snare for hogs. But I kind of repurposed them. I tuned them up for like a 8-inch catch circle, and I set 3 snares up the stream. One snare I had to use as an extension because I don't have any stakes, I don't have any wire, I don't have anything with me. So I used one snare as an extension to get to a solid anchor point. I still have 2 snares. So when I check those in the morning, I'm going to go back upstream looking for chert or flint. And I saw a sign that way also. So I'll try to set the other 2 snares, so hopefully we have some meat. Can't really cook it, but maybe I could just have a pet, somebody I can talk to. Right now I'm going to get back on that Tyvek leaf bed. That's just going to augment what I've got in here. I've got enough to get me by right now. It's going to be a cold night again, but this will help. The windbreak will help. The leaf bed will help. So if I can get that Tyvek cover made or stuffed with grass and leaves. Maybe I could even cover up with it also. You know, I do have a wool blanket now that we got last night, but that wool blanket, you know, is only, it helps a lot, but it's not enough insulation for this weather without a fire. So maybe I can kind of get between the two leaf beds and hopefully not freeze to death tonight. Alright guys, so a Tyvek browse bag is done. Not exactly sure yet what's going where. Who knows? But I got it. And it's better to have it. I mean, I could make a double wide out of this thing. I got all kinds of options, you know. But at this point, the sun has set, so it'll be dark here in another 15 minutes. So I'm going to get my flashlight out, make sure I got all that set. I'll probably pull my contacts out while there's still sunshine, and then wallow around in the bed a little bit and see what adjustments are needed, see how many rocks I missed when I was cleaning that area out.